Today's episode is brought to you by Outdoor Voices. For 20% off your first order of $100 or more, visit outdoorvoices.com/braincandy and enter promo code BRAINCANDY. Sarah, we're like the ghost of Christmas future because we are recording this before Christmas, but it'll air after Christmas.
Ooh, spooky Christmas.
Episode 283. How do you think your Christmas was?
I think it was so good because, like, I went all out on Landon's gifts, and I think he went all out on mine. And you know what I think he did? Or what he did do? Is he tricked me, where he said, I didn't get you this, but then did.
This is very convincing. Like, it already happened.
I know, because I know things.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because you know what? Here's what I've learned. That even as an adult, I'm still a snooping child. But, like, accidentally. I didn't mean to.
Oh, my.
So either I'm a snooper, or he's terrible at hiding things.
Wait, did you actually find the thing?
Not like the thing, but I found the box of the bag of the thing.
Oh my God. Are you excited about it?
Yeah, totally.
Oh my God. And he claimed that he did not get it for you.
Yes.
Wow.
I almost want to tell the story.
You can. It won't air till afterwards.
Oh, secrets. Okay, so I told Landon, I was like, well, he told me, you know what I would need this year for Christmas? A bunch of underwear. And I was like, you know what I need this year for Christmas? A bunch of underwear. So I was like, okay, we'll each get each other some undies. And then he told me that he went to Victoria's Secret, and he said that it was like being lost in a foreign land where you couldn't read the street signs and didn't know the language. And
totally.
And so, but then I saw a bag full of stuff. So clearly he was able to figure something out, navigate his way through one aisle.
Well, this is going to be a real sticky situation if he doesn't give you
now the assumption. Now my expectations are high. You know, he was like, "Oh, I just got you a gift card," but a gift card does not come in the largest bag.
Yeah, and what if you don't get undies, and then you're like, "Wait, who did he buy undies for?"
Right? It's like a Love Actually situation.
It'll be the worst Christmas ever.
Right. Oh, that's so awful and true.
But that reminds me of in the film Elf when he buys that lingerie for his dad.
Oh.
I was because we watched that with Link this year, and I wanted to see what he thought. He didn't even react to it because I guess there's no framework for what that could even be
for that scene specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
I wanted
did
to
he
see
like
like.
Elf?
Oh, yeah, he loved Elf,
okay.
but he didn't respond when there was, like, lingerie in it. And I think
well,
that's
he
what
probably
kids
thought
do.
it was snakeskin.
Why?
Remember what he said about the snakeskin on the floor?
Oh, yeah. He thought my undies were snakeskin.
Right.
Like shed skins.
He was like, oh, look, there's from a real big snake.
Right.
Oh.
Anyway, that's really funny, and I hope you do get lots of panties. That's a fun
Yeah,
gift.
I hope so too. Well, speaking of Christmas movies and showing them to people, my poor husband has been deprived and has not seen like any Christmas movie. He hadn't seen.
Why?
Like, I don't know. I'm like, what parent didn't do their job? Like, you haven't seen he hasn't seen A Christmas Story. No, he saw A Christmas Story. He hasn't seen Love Actually. He didn't see the Santa Claus. He didn't see like all the new ones.
All the newer ones.
Right.
Yeah.
So I made him watch Love Actually with me. Here's the thing.
Did he like it?
I don't know if I liked it. I watched it through like new eyes and like trying to be like, oh, this is the first time I'm ever seeing it. And I was like, this is kind of not that good.
It didn't age well.
Yes, that's it. It didn't what's the word? It didn't like last the test of time. Like, it doesn't hold up. That's the word.
It's like the guys in the movie are like, we would report them for Me Too now and stuff like that.
And like weird stuff. And then, and then, you know, like the scene where he like professes his love and it's his best friend's like wife. And then he's like, she kisses him. And I'm like, what the fuck you doing, bitch? You can't do that shit.
Bitch. It's true. I've read a lot about that on Twitter this year. People are like, wait a minute, this is not how I remember it. Because the first time I saw it, it was so heartwarming.
Yeah, it was not how I remembered it. I was like, what happened?
Wow.
To Love Actually in my brain. And then I was like,
maybe it was
is
better
every
than
Christmas movie good? I have to watch them all. So,
Do you have, I mean, this is totally against, we shouldn't even be talking about this,
Right.
but I do want to know if you have a favorite.
yeah, the Santa Claus.
With Tim Allen?
Yes,
Is that?
I think it's so funny.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll look into that. What about
you haven't
Bad
seen it?
Santa?
Oh, I do love I love Bad Santa. the lines, some of the one-liners in that movie are so good. Oh,
Right.
I love
yeah,
it.
because he's miserable. I like that and bitter.
yeah.
But I
And
mean,
I like, what's her name? Lauren Graham.
oh yeah.
She's in it, and she's great. She's so funny. She's like
This
the
is
only
like
one
the-
who talks super fast and like doesn't make me look like a,
Right, motor
fast
mouth.
talker. Right, motor mouth.
This is the opposite of an evergreen episode.
Yes, but that's okay. Whatever.
Never
We do all
green.
the other ones.
We do what we
This
want
is
around
never
here.
green. Right.
Any hoodles.
But
We should
weird
what?
that it's like not an evergreen episode, yet it's Christmas, which is the time where you would have evergreens in your house. So technically is an evergreen episode, but not in the way you think.
It's an evergreen, nevergreen.
Right. Ooh. Patent
Yes.
that.
I mean, we did say we need to talk about New Year's resolutions. Do you have any of
Yes.
those cooked up yet?
Yeah, I think I have to start. Oh my God. I'm going to go simple.
Okay.
Well, first, I should say this, that Landon and I are going to do a no social media month.
Oh no, not again.
I know. Mostly him, because, like, I have to for the show and everything.
Mostly
And I don't
him.
have a problem with it. But, like, we're going to have, like, a bowl where you put your phone at the end of the night and, like, or, like, a little, dish where it's, like,
Oh,
goes
that's
there.
cool. Yeah.
And just to try to do something, just like people do, like, what's the word they call it? Like when you start the new year and you don't drink anything, sober.
Yeah, like a
something?
cleanse. Oh yeah.
Maybe people say sober September, so something like that. But we're
Yeah,
doing it in
sober
January.
October.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But with
But-
just not booze though.
Not we're not crazy. No, I mean we'll probably like just start the year off healthier anyway.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did pretty well last year with mine, and I don't know if you remember this, but one of mine was to meditate every single day.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I mean, except for the days I had migraines, I meditated every single day for at least
Suze.
for at least 5 minutes.
That's
I mean,
really good.
I know that sounds like not a lot.
No,
but,
that is a lot when you add it all up.
And sometimes when you say like you only have to do it for 5 minutes, then it like gets you to do it, and then you can do it for longer.
Yes.
So I was proud of
that's
my
really
results
good.
in that department, and I wanted to encourage other people because I know people always say they want to meditate, but they like never end up doing it. So I started last year doing it just on my own, just like in silence, and that can work for some people. But then I discovered I tried Meditation Studio, which I sent to you as well. It's this app that does the guided ones, where you can. I love it because you can pick whatever you need at that moment. So like I do one that transitions like from work to like family time.
Oh, that's real good.
Yeah, like you can think, okay, I have about 10 minutes left of my work day, so how am I going to get out of this like stress? And I'll do like that one. But I just think it's such a great habit to get into and really kind of hard to get yourself started.
Oh, it's really hard and like hard to know. Well, yeah, exactly like you said, just how to get started and how to like clear your mind. And it's nice to have somebody tell you how to do that.
Yeah, so you guys should try it. It's called Meditation Studio. It is such a great. I love when we get great sponsors that are just in line with like what I'm doing,
Yep.
and that I, can apply to my everyday life. And I just think it's a great time of year to start that. So if you, it's an app that you can download to your phone. You subscribe to Meditation Studio and you get unlimited access to more than 500 guided meditations by more than 40 different experts. And they're the absolute best in the biz. The meditations will inspire you and help you face everyday challenges, from stress to sleep. That's a good one too. I do that one. To boost your happiness and confidence, and maybe even your sex life. What? It might be the perfect time to start meditating or make it more part of your everyday life. It's easy. Get started with our Starter Series 10-day Kickstarter program, and then check out all the other great guided meditations. Head to the App Store and get started today with a 7-day free trial.
Yay.
I love that one because like I said, it was really important to me to do it, and then I did it, and I'm like, all right, I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, they say you only need like 21 days of meditating for it to have lasting results. And how about this one? Mothers, like they've studied mothers and children, and if just the mom meditates, then basically if just the mom meditates, all members of her family benefit.
Get out.
Yeah, like you don't need the other people. The child doesn't need to meditate. The mom will improve the child's mental health by just her meditating. That was a question on my final exam.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, so you're helping your child's mental health by meditating. So, this is even better. We use this in therapy all the time. Don't do it for you. Do it for your kid.
Oh, my God. Remember when we were in book club last month and I was talking about how Lincoln had some behavioral issues, and then I taught him, like, some ideas about how to have a party in his head even when he wants to, like, move around the classroom like a maniac?
Yeah.
And the teacher said... She asks him when he's doing well, like, what'd you do today? And he goes, I had a party in my head.
Oh, that's so cute.
So I
want to be invited to that party. That sounds fun.
I just think, you're onto something, because the only reason I even thought to teach him that was because it's working for me and it's helping me.
That's so good. Life. That's exactly what, that's all that matters right there. That'll help you with so much.
I'm so glad you taught me that.
Me? I'm just passing along the info here.
You're what do they call it? Messenger.
The messenger? Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about stuff that makes us think this week.
Good.
That's just, I'm looking at my list and that's all the things that I'm like, oh, that made me think, that made me think.
Oh, that's lovely.
Did you start watching Innocent Man on Netflix yet?
No. Do I need to?
Oh, Sarah, you do.
Oh, no. That's the one that John Grisham's book is based off. No,
yes.
Tom Clancy? No, John Grisham.
No, you got it right, yeah.
Ooh, the first time. Yeah. That people, like, I heard in an interview, he said, look, and I'm going to talk about it like I'm the expert on it. I heard in an interview, he said that he had to, if it weren't true and he wrote it as just a book, nobody would have believed it or bought it.
That's right.
Tell me everything.
That was in the trailer, yeah. It's another one of those, like, wrongful conviction type of series, and it's 2 different murders. A total of 4 people were locked up. 2 are still locked up. And what makes it compelling is that this relies, not unlike Making a Murderer, on confessions and this phenomenon where people on videotape say what they did and in detail describe something. And this seems so cut and dry that, of course they did it. Why would you say you did it?
Nobody's going to say that if they didn't.
Right.
Ooh.
But then the guy's like, wait a minute, they didn't show the whole tape. They asked me to describe a dream that I had.
No.
Yes, and he's been in jail for 33 years.
Shut up. That would,
Yes.
oh my God. That makes all the blood just drain out of my body.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so nervous for them. Oh my God.
Well, and like, just that even when they found the body, like, it didn't match up with what he described. Like, even then, it doesn't get overturned.
Oh.
Where they're like, wait, she didn't die from a knife. She died from a gunshot.
So the quote unquote dream he described wasn't even.
It wasn't even consistent with.
Oh
what
my
happened.
gosh.
That's the problem with these confessions, is that they're obviously so convincing, because in your mind you think, why would anyone say they did something they didn't do?
Oh my God, that's so freaky.
Yeah. But
well, okay, I'll watch that.
But it makes me sad, because these things that I keep watching really make me uneasy about the justice system.
Well, yeah.
I mean, especially for people of color and other minorities, but really for everyone.
The therapist that was assigned to make the decision on what are they called? They're like it's a child custody. And it's like a therapist who specializes in determining like whether the child should be with the parent, or I can't remember the name of it. But that person that was hired by my dad's legal team when my parents got a divorce ended up going to jail for taking kickbacks.
Oh my God.
Like,
No.
So, yes. So they
Oh my
were paid off by the other side, as in, like, tell them that.
Yeah.
And they went to jail for that. And that was the person
Do you know
who made
how long they went to jail?
Like a while.
And they're out now.
Yeah, probably.
And do you ever get the urge to like write? See, this is my problem. Is I would be like, I need to contact this.
I can't open that Pandora's box.
Yeah, I see. Well, that makes sense. I mean, that's a healthy way to do it. I'm weird. Or I'm like, I gotta talk to you now.
Yeah, no, the legal system is, and the reason why was in our situation, my dad's brother's family and my dad's brother's wife's family was all in the legal system. Like they were, like district attorneys or what are they called? Not Supreme Court judges, but something else like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're all entangled in it. And so how is it ever going to be fair if
it's not? Yeah, that's the thing. And we're like, it's not like I'm, lower SES and a minority. That's the sad part. It just was somebody who wanted to win against, with things on their side.
It's just troubling to me how easy it is to get locked up, like for ever or long periods, or even in one case in that Innocent Man series, Death Row, and then to how difficult it is to undo.
You know what also I'm thinking is at a certain point, the people who have these false confessions start to believe it because the mind will play tricks on you and you go, maybe I did do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that's a real thing.
Yeah, the human mind is pretty weak, let's be honest.
It is. Oh my gosh, it really is. Very susceptible to suggestion.
Right. Yeah, we're like, wait a minute, maybe I did do that.
Well, in the same way, people who are like victims of sexual abuse will say, wait, maybe it didn't happen because their abusers try to convince them that it didn't. So it goes both ways. And we like accept it if somebody tries to convince us it didn't happen, but we don't accept it if somebody tries to convince us it did. Ooh.
Hopefully people will be susceptible to this suggestion. They need to get Liquid IV for the new year.
Oh, hello. That's one way. You know what? If you're not going to do it, that's one way to kick off either your sober January or recover from a not-so-sober December.
That is so true. Yeah, if you, like we all need to just get some hydration. How about that? And it's cold and flu season. There's holiday party, like New Year's Eve, forget it. A lot of people are traveling and they get dehydrated. And Liquid IV are these really amazing electrolyte drink mix pouches that you can, they're so easy to pack, put in your purse or whatever. And then you just pour it into your water and it hydrates you as much as drinking 2 to 3 bottles of water. It delivers the hydration to your bloodstream faster. It contains vitamins, so you're like not going to get sick maybe. How about that?
How about it?
I mean, that would be nice to go through a whole winter.
All my brothers got those in their stockings.
That is such a great idea.
Right? And I just bought the whole pack, and then I just split them up so it, looked all cute.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And it's great if you're just starting a new workout routine for the new year. So we love Liquid IV. We know you will too. And our listeners will get 20% off at liquid-iv.com when you use our code BRAIN at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order on Liquid IV's website. Go to liquid-iv.com and enter promo code BRAIN to get your savings and start getting better hydration. liquidiv.com, promo code BRAIN. Don't wait. Get hydrated today. Maybe they'll be susceptible to that suggestion. I hope.
Yeah, that's a good one, though.
I'm only on episode 2 of that Innocent Man, though. I don't know how many episodes there are, but,
Yeah.
It's one of those bingers where you're like, well, got to watch the rest.
Oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. Why is it so sad, all this stuff on there?
People love true crime.
I know, they really do. Me included.
I'm obviously super into it, but I'm not into the crime part. I'm into the human mind and truth and, like, how do we figure out what... Like, the mystery of it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating.
Did we already talk about that show on here where the guy convinces somebody to push you off a roof? Push somebody else off a roof?
I think you've mentioned it, but what's it called?
Oh, my God. I think it's called The Push.
Yes. I never watched it, though.
It freaks me out.
Because people do it.
Yeah, like a lot of people do. And then the weird thing is like they're just like, you're on candid camera thing afterwards. And I'm like, dude, these people need fucking therapy because you just convinced him to murder somebody. And in their mind, they murdered somebody.
What? That is so sick.
Right? I agree. I think it's fucked up that we're doing this to people. Like, that's an experiment on them. Like, and the person signs up for it, and they, like, sign all these consent things because they think that they're, like, before when they, like, go interview for it. It's really weird, but I don't know. I have really mixed feelings on that, and I think those people are going to have some serious, like, anxiety disorders or panic attacks, like, a few years from now.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that documentary in a few years.
Right.
Like the trauma.
Oh, my gosh. Exactly right. It's like the what really happened. Dude. Stay safe out there.
Man, we are... Stay safe out there. Let's change subject. How about how... I wanted to know what you do. Like, I read an article about millennials and how they handle, like, when they take pictures and how we all take so many pictures now. But, like, how do you handle it? Do you print them out? Do you, like... I'm just curious. What is your solution?
Well, I've realized I've cut down on picture taking, like, a bunch. Like,
yeah, you have. I've noticed that.
And I almost feel like everybody's, like, in this protest of, you know, I've got, like, the group that loves to take pictures and is always taking pictures, and then the group that is never going to pull their camera out because they're like, we're so sick of pictures and we just want to live in the moment. And so it depends on who I'm hanging out with. And then...
Well, go ahead.
And, you know, Landon just had his birthday party a month or two ago, and I got all those pictures printed, and I put them in a photo album for him, and I gave it to him as a Christmas present.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
that's
like,
a good
some
idea.
Of them, some of them I've been printing, and now they're so cheap to print. I'm like, you know, print.
Well, yeah, I guess this article was specifically dealing with, like, parents, how, you know, when we were growing up, you'd get, like, one picture on Easter, and then, like, you know, but now it's like you take 10 before lunch.
Right.
And,
what are
like,
parents doing with
what
those?
do you suppose? Well, like, they were saying there's no streamlined thing that everyone does. Like, some people use the cloud, but a lot of people aren't very good at, like, remembering to back up their phone. So when they lose their phone, like, they'll lose all their pictures of their toddler.
Yeah. Oh.
And then, like, I don't like to print them that much anymore because I don't like the waste of it. That just, you're creating more crap on earth. Just like the stuff in your house and clutter. But they say that's probably the best way to ensure that they'll last.
Oh, like how they originally were intended to be.
Yeah, because they were like, we don't even know if Dropbox or Google or whatever will exist in 20 years. So
Exactly.
I don't know, it's a real pickle.
I really do believe that the millennials who have children right now, who have the camera in their children's faces all the time, and the kids who grow up, like, with this, like, dance, monkey dance kind of thing, like, they're kids who just, like, I feel like are subjected to having their picture taken all the time, that they're going to grow up and be like, get that thing away from me. And they're going to say no to all this technology. I really think it's going to go in the other direction. And I think that schools are going to... This is my prediction. This is Sarah predicting the future right here. That should be a segment. Sarah predicts the future. And I would predict that schools are going to say you're not allowed to use the internet as a source for book reports, and you have to go to the library.
Oh, okay. I don't even know if that's the future.
I mean... Now they're
I think
saying
that happens now
use...
sometimes.
Oh, good. Well, it's because it's happening at the graduate level.
Oh, what do they say?
Well, they're like, you need at least 5, hardback sources.
Yeah.
Like where you have to like take a walk to. But that's new. This is the first year I've ever had to do that.
And what were you using before?
Well, like peer-reviewed studies online and things like that. But I feel like they want kids to go and like learn how to use a library and like all those books that are sitting there. Like somebody's got to be, it's full of information and it's curated and it's the good stuff. It's real.
When I was watching the Innocent Man documentary, the crimes happened in the 80s, so a lot of the images were from the 80s, and I was getting nostalgic because, it looks like what I remember, and I miss how you like have all these pictures that you just took them and somebody might look like garbage in them, but you just would get them printed and you'd find, it'd be like a surprise party. What's on your camera?
Yeah.
And now all those get deleted, like the bad ones.
You're right. And they're not really like authentic. It's just we have the edited version of life in the photo album. It's not actual life.
Which I like those too. Everyone likes pretty things, but I kind of wish that you could have both still.
I agree with that.
Both kinds. Yeah.
I went to, it's funny that we talk about pictures because that's something I was going to bring up and now it sparked my memory. So when I went to go get the pictures printed from Landon's party, I had them printed at Walgreens. Now, Walgreens does not sponsor us. This is not an ad. And also, don't get your fucking pictures printed at Walgreens because that quality is shit.
What did they look like?
Oh, they were kind of blurry, and I know it wasn't just my camera. I know it was the quality of the printing, but that's not even my biggest problem with it. My biggest problem was that when I went to go pick it up,
You're still mad.
I am still mad because this guy who was like a jokester, he was like that guy who's like, he's making the dad jokes, but he's nobody's dad, and he's like weird. Yeah. And so he takes out the photos and he starts flipping through every single one. And
oh my God.
So I'll look at him later. And he was like, oh, you're going to you want to go through them real slow, like half an hour to look at each one, huh? And I was like, no, I just think because they're photos, I don't need you going through everyone.
I cannot believe that,
I was so
Sarah.
pissed, Susie. I was like oddly angry and then I was like, is this what they're doing? Like, this is weird. And
this is weird.
I don't know. And oh my gosh, weird stuff. I don't know why I feel this like sense of privacy with my photos. Also, when I had them printed from an online place that I do really love, so I'm not going to say the name of because their quality is fantastic, I got a note with my photos that said, I just went to Thailand too. It's beautiful. Suze, what do you even think about that?
That is so invasive.
Doesn't it feel like that? I felt like, because what if you're somebody who's like taking like, nudie pics for your husband?
Of course, right.
Then
right.
Are they going through, I don't want them to make their fucking comments on those. You look real good from this angle. Could you imagine? Can it, Carol? I don't want your comments.
I couldn't agree more. That is terrible.
Thank you. I was like so pissed at this guy and I wanted to go. And then this was the worst part. So like I make that whole scene and I'm like, I just feel like pictures are kind of private and I don't want you flipping through every one of them. And so I take it with me and I go in the car and I look at it in the car and you know what I think to myself? Oh, this quality is shit and I need all my money back. But I'm not going to storm in there and say, hey, these are really bad quality, because he's probably going to say like, well, that's our policy is we look at them in front of you. And then if you take them out of the store, then you accept all responsibility for the quality and condition or something stupid like that.
I mean, to be honest, I think the Thailand one is even worse.
Right?
I cannot believe someone did that.
Like, what is the business model behind? Are they trying to be like, I was thinking that. I'm like, is this something where they're trying to like make people feel like they enjoy it?
Like it's personal or something?
Yeah. Like nobody ever likes looking at vacation photos. So we're going to be the ones to make you feel good about them. Like, what is, when somebody's like, hey, I just went on a trip to Italy. Sit down and look at my 400 pictures. And you're like, oh, yay.
Right.
Is it like
that's
somebody
rude,
wants
though.
to make you
I don't
feel
like
about
it.
That? So I knew you'd be on my side for this. Thank you. I feel better already.
What I do like seeing pictures of, though, are when people wear Outdoor Voices clothes. I mean, they're so cute.
That's a good way to kick off your new year, looking...
Right. And
outdoorsy.
It's a great New Year's resolution is to just move more. Like, you don't have to do the harder, faster, stronger thing. You can just live a happier, healthier, more sustainable life through any kind of exercise. That's what Outdoor Voices is all about. And they have really high quality outdoor clothes, running shorts, gear for everything, basically. And they have free shipping, hassle-free returns. Like Sarah, she's always returning everything. Probably not Outdoor Voices.
No, I kept those. They were actually one of the first things I didn't return. They fit me perfect.
Yeah, see? Well, that's a miracle.
Yeah, a miracle.
But they're just great to encourage you to get out, do your yoga, do whatever makes you happy and makes you feel better. And you can get a deal for 20% off your first order of $100 or more. Visit outdoorvoices.com/braincandy and enter promo code braincandy. That's 20% off your first order of $100 or more. Visit outdoorvoices.com/braincandy and enter promo code braincandy, and then tag us in the pictures of how cute you look in it. Right?
Yes, please.
That's all I ever want. Just tag me. Tag me. Yeah. Well, you know what? Even when I watched, remember that documentary series I watched where the young teenage girls were in like juvenile detention?
Yes. I watched a couple episodes of that too.
I forget what it's called. Girls
Yes.
Behind Bars or something.
Yes.
And did you notice how all the pictures of them, of course, were from now, and they're like all selfies, and like the girls are like when they would show pictures of them in their normal life, and I was like, I don't like this. I want to see like their true life, not the selfie version.
And also, I feel like a selfie is really only capturing you at this specific. It's not really. You don't see a lot of your environment. You don't see a lot of the people around you. The context.
There's no
that.
context. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like all those.
I don't know
And
what the solution
hilarious
is. I'm
stuff
just
happening
bitching.
in the background.
Right. What's a girl got to do to get a photo bomb
one of
around here?
One of my favorite pictures is of me and my little brother Jordan on at one of our little kid birthday parties, sitting on a blanket, and I'm like putting bunny ears on him and giggling or something, and then Lucas is like being a baby in the background, like eating grass or something, and there's like him in the background is my favorite part of the photo, and that would have definitely been missed if it were today.
Well, that's so true. A lot of pictures from my childhood, the things that are notable now are like, oh, look at that couch we used to have.
Yep.
Or look, our house looked so different back then. The trees were so much smaller or whatever. You know, things that you don't notice at that time are more interesting 30 years later. Anywho, you want to hear the history of autotune?
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you like autotune?
No. I mean, for me,
Why?
I probably would. I'd be like, yeah, I'll auto-tune that shit. I don't like, who's the one who does it? T-Pain? I think he's the musician who really used it a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm not into it. I think it doesn't sound good. It doesn't. Well, and also, come on. We know what auto-tune really is. This person is really good to look at or fits like what we want the artist to be. Yeah, has a good brand, but not a good voice. And vocalist, I feel like with all of the amazing vocalists out there and the people who have that gift, which I know it is a gift, you don't need to take somebody and like lie to me.
Lie to me.
What do you think?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I guess I think there are more uses to it than like what we stereotypically think of, and so I don't have an issue with like being creative and doing like cool experimental stuff, but when it's because you can't hold a note, that I don't know, I have an issue with that. But the guy that created it used the same science that they used to map the earth with sound waves.
What?
So whatever the thing is that like helps them determine like mountains and things by just measuring through sound, he used for auto-tune to fix the pitch of singers. And it came out in 1997. And then the first person to like really have a hit with it was in 1998 for Cher's Believe. Do you remember that song?
Oh my gosh. Cher's Believe. Yes. And that
Which
really
is a great tune.
Yeah. Do you believe life after love?
That was so pretty.
Thank you, Suze. Not auto-tuned.
And they
Au natural, people.
That was raw.
That was raw digital file.
Well, like when they took the song to her label, they were like, we don't want it to have that weird special effect. And they were like, take that out. And she said, over my dead body. And she was right, because that sound was so unique. It was unique at the time. And then
I love Cher.
Oh, I mean, she always knows what's up.
And I just watched an interview with her where she was so humble. And she was like, I don't even know why people like me. Like,
she always says, I'm not a big Cher fan.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, it's not, I mean, my music isn't even that great. And I was just listening to her talk. I'm like, I love you. You're fantastic.
Yeah, she's cool. But she does have a good ear, at least, for like what people are going to enjoy, clearly. Because that song was one of her biggest hits. And that was, you know,
this will be stuck in my head for the next 48 hours.
You're welcome, everyone.
Yes. And I'm going to be doing like not Cher singing it, but Jack McFarlane. McFarlane. Jack McFarlane singing it.
That is funny.
Yeah. So with like the hair toss and like the tongue on the lip. Like, I'm doing it right now. You can't.
People started using it like too much. And then of course there's the backlash and like the article, it was in Vulture. I'll put it in the newsletter. It was saying how if a good rule of thumb is once the Black Eyed Peas do it, it's not cool anymore.
Oh.
And so like Christina Aguilera wore a shirt that said auto-tune is for pussies.
Oh.
Which, I mean, she obviously can sing her heart out and doesn't probably need it. But then she backtracked on one of her recent records where she said she used it and like she likes some of its more creative components.
Oh. Yeah, but it's pretty dangerous to just go out and make big like, blanket statements like auto-tune is for pussies or anything like that.
Well, what was crazy, though, is I read that X Factor admitted to using it for broadcasts.
Oh, well, that's awful.
Right? I mean, they said that, like, they wanted it to sound good on the air.
Well, isn't, like, the whole point? If it doesn't sound good, then that's how we find out if they're not good?
Well, maybe, like, it sounds good. Maybe it sounded good, like, in the, like, the live audition,
like
but then when they
acoustics
put it,
or whatever of it don't match or whatever it is.
Then there was a big outcry.
Everything's so freaking, like...
Nothing's real.
Manipulated. Yeah, it's really true.
Does that make you sad?
It makes me want to be more, it makes me not feel, or I should say it makes me understand the people who are like, I'm not using my phone for a while, or I'm going to just live in this moment right now, or I'm going to enjoy whatever it was, Like last night, I went on a Duffy boat with some friends in Landon. It's like a little electric boat that you can take around the harbor, but it's like you can't take it out in the ocean, but you can take it, just around like Newport Harbor and everything. And everybody's still got their Christmas lights up and all that.
That's cool.
And so, but there were no phones. We didn't even listen to music because the radio wasn't working. So it was just us and the water and friendship and all that. And it was like, oh, this is nice, and this is what, like, quiet sounds like. And it felt like the first time I relaxed in months. Because I, like, wasn't overstimulated, So I think we need a little bit of that every now and then.
I get what you're saying. I do, like, bristle, though, when I read this article about this artist utopia that they created. I think it was in like Portland or something. I can't remember where. But it was
Portland.
Like, right. I don't know if I'm being
San Francisco, Portland. Okay. Austin. Got it.
And they wanted to have this warehouse be like where the artists lived and worked and all this stuff. And it wasn't up to code. And there was a huge fire and 36 people died. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, it was in Northern California. Oh my God, I was being sarcastic when I said San Francisco, but yes, it happened in Oakland, right outside of San Francisco.
I mean, like, I get the impulse to want to like be able to create and live in this utopian ideal, but some of the things I read, I was just like, come on.
Come on is right. Because the most important thing is you still have to follow, like they even say this, like this is in some like theology or I can't remember what it is, but that rule number one is you have to abide by the rules that society puts in place. Because if you, like there has to be a balance. You can't just be, it's almost like like anarchy kind of.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There has to be some order.
Yes, you need order, and you have to take like the basic framework and structure for society, and then implement like You know, you can't just say, well, I'm not going to work or make money, or I'm not going to be a part of this. You can't do that because this is how it's set up, you know? So it's like, first you have to have those like basic, whatever it is. I don't know, but you can't do that, warehouse fire people, because that's insane.
It is insane. And there does need to be order. And you know what else you need to order is Rothy's shoes.
And then you can have comfortable walking as you're protesting all of the stuff that we were protesting.
I have become addicted to I have those white sneakers that they have. They have different styles, the flat, the point, the loafer, and the sneaker. And I got the white sneakers. And whenever I wash them, because you can just throw them in the washer and they get good as new. But like I'm mad for the day that they're drying because I want to wear them.
That's funny.
They have all different colors, and the reason I got the white is because when you wash them, they really do come out looking just as good as when you got them. But also, they're so comfortable.
Yes,
I mean,
I had a lot of girls at the clinic put them on their Christmas list, so I can't wait to go back to school and hear who got and see what styles they picked, because everybody was debating what colors they were going to pick at the clinic.
Yeah, they have all different colors and patterns, and they're always updating and adding new ones and stuff. And if you're like a working woman or you just walk a lot, I mean, gosh, to look cute and be, comfortable is something that just rarely happens.
Yeah.
They'll blow your mind, and they're made from recycled plastic water bottles, which is so cool. We love our Rothy's. We know you will too. And right now, Rothy's has an amazing deal for our listeners. Use code BRAINCANDY to get free shipping with no minimum, free shipping and free returns and exchanges on your Rothy's shoes. Trust me, you won't return them though. Go to rothys.com, ROTHYS.com, and enter BRAINCANDY to get your new favorite flats and free shipping. No-brainer shoes that are comfortable, stylish, and sustainable, and free shipping. Get yourself a pair today. Rothys.com, promo code BRAINCANDY. Get this deal while it lasts.
Yay.
Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, sometimes with the woo-woo artists, I get like, oh, jeez, calm down with that.
Yeah, you can't do that. And
everything in moderation.
Yes, absolutely.
And
so that's like
isn't
the
quote, everything in moderation, including moderation, isn't that?
Yes, I think that is. That's so fantastic. Yeah, so like that's how it is. Like, yeah, it's really important to, break away and enjoy the peace and enjoy the silence, but you can't just be doing that all the time because, like, it's like those people who are like, I'm just going to move away into the wilderness. Well, yeah, but isolation causes a whole bunch of other things too. So you got to be around people. You got to do that.
Yeah. Take your breaks, do whatever, but let's be serious.
Yes. Did I tell you about the number one thing that leads to health when you are in your old age?
Ooh, what?
The most important thing that there was a study. Oh, I think we did talk about this, of like 1.8 million people.
What? Yeah.
All that matters are relationships and friends.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's just to keep in mind. Relationships and friends.
Is it saying like for quality of life or longevity, do you think?
Both.
Oh, really?
The best predictor of whether somebody would be healthy at 80 was the friends and the relationships they had at 50.
Oh, at 50?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yep,
That's good to know.
Yep. And then I was thinking, it goes in one of two directions. So people either become, and of course there are names for it that I don't remember, but it's these two concepts that were discussed. I think it's by John Gottman, who's a research or a relationship psychologist. And he was saying that you either become somebody who has a passion and has a drive and knows like how they contribute to society as a whole, or you become somebody who doesn't have an identity and is lost and you become like bitter. And you know how you meet those like two groups of old people, the ones who are like really sweet and they love everybody, or they're the ones who like hate the universe. I was like, oh my God, this is the turning point. This is that thing. It's like there's one or two kinds. You either feel like you belong and you're like a piece of the whole big, whatever it is, or you are mad at the world because you don't feel like you fit in.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is such a good point though, because it does feel like that there's these two types. Oh my God.
And there are names for it. Ooh, I almost want to find it. Maybe I'll talk about it in the next episode if I find the names for it. But there are specific names of like what you're either a this or you're a this, and I can't remember what they are. But it's this whole point.
Well, I mean, the good thing about both of us is that, like, we are good with people. Some people aren't people.
Right. But I think if you're like one of those people who aren't that, you just have to find other people who are like that. Because
That's
everybody
true.
has people who it feels good to hang out with them because you fit in with them, you know? Like, I was thinking about that when I hung out with some, you know, like the friends of family that you don't really know very well and you go out to dinner with and you're not really 100% yourself, you know?
Yeah, right.
And then I went out with some friends the other night where I was the nanny for their kids and we're just close with them and I didn't have to, like, I could just be me. And I felt like, it almost felt like I was so comfortable and relaxed. I was like, man,
Right.
that's a big difference one night from the other night of like how you're like putting on show versus authentic and comfortable and didn't feel like you have to do anything or, you know, and I was like, man, you got to surround yourself with people who make you feel like that, where you could just be you, good, bad, and ugly, and they're just going to love you. And
well, yeah, and like they get it and you get it and you know
Yes.
their foibles, but you're like, yeah,
Yes.
I love you anyway. You're the
Yes.
best. It's like me and Matt Neroni, you know?
yeah, even though he's a man.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could have friendships with men.
Just because you'd always talk about the patriarchy and he's your biggest. That's why I said that.
It's not. The funny thing is about that that he, in passing, had mentioned that we talk about the patriarchy sometimes, and now it's become like his identity.
Right. Now it's like his thing, which is, you know what it was? I was thinking of him as I did the doodle for November. Did you see what it says, Suze?
No, what?
It's a picture of what I tried to draw, a pumpkin spice latte that on the cup says, my favorite season is the fall of the patriarchy. And I was like, Susie's going to love this.
I'll send it to him.
Yeah,
I'll make
right?
him become a patron. We do doodles each month. Well, I should say Sarah draws a doodle each month for our Patreon patrons. And I never know what she's going to make.
You never know.
That's a good one.
I just saw that phrase and I was like, oh, that's got to go on something. So Susie will love that.
I'll frame it for him.
Yeah. Oh, that would be real funny.
Do you want to talk about Einstein's God letter? Do you know about this?
Oh, no.
It's from 1954, but it's like kind of been back in the news because I think it was on the auction block.
Cool.
And he wrote this letter basically saying that he was proud to be Jewish, but that he was disenchanted with Judaism and that in general he wasn't a believer in organized religion especially and really God. And it became known as the God letter, even though he only says the word God one time in the whole thing. But I think people tend to like really want Einstein to be in their club. So some people are like, Einstein believes in God because look, he mentioned him in this other thing. And
Or
then
they
they'll
want
read
their
that
club to have prominent members that then make it so what they're saying is
absolutely
the truth.
Yeah. Like if somebody as smart as Einstein
Yes.
aligns with your worldview, I mean, that's a real stamp of approval.
Totally. Oh my God. That's so true, Suze.
But in the article I was reading, it was in the New York Times, it was talking about how, like, when he would mention, like, I think the quote that he said one time, not in the God letter, but elsewhere, was, God doesn't roll the dice with people, like, something like that. And some people are like, see, he believed in God. And this article is saying a lot of people in physics just use that word to be a metaphor for absolute truth. It's just like a handy short, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Not shortcut, but yeah.
Yeah. Like
And,
descriptor. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, it summarizes a concept, really, of like, I can see that.
Yeah, where they're like not referring to a guy in a robe
Right.
in heaven with the pearly gates, but just like this unknown maybe truth with a capital T that we just don't know how to describe. We'll call it God because shorthand. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Shorthand.
And I
for
feel
that.
almost like it's order and chaos. Like, instead of just describing what that all is, it's like, well, God, as in like order within the chaos, doesn't just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that the letter was put on the auction. I think it was for like $1.5 million or something. I mean, Isn't that fascinating?
Susie, start
when
saving
people-
my letters just in case I come up with anything profound.
I wish you
in my
wrote
old
me
age.
letters. It's so funny you say that because that's one of my New Year's resolutions is to continue to write handwritten letters.
Oh, that's nice.
I write a lot of them already, but I just find the more I write, the more love I can share, and it's very rewarding. But we don't write letters, you and I.
Well, yeah, because I see you. But I send letters to, my aunt was somebody who really instilled that in me, like the importance of sending like cards to people.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'll send people funny holiday cards. Like my brothers always get a funny, like I like to go to the card store and pick them out, and I always think
You're
about
very
doing
good
it to
at
people.
picking out cards.
I do love doing that. And I look at every single one. I'm like, I'm going to find the perfect one. And I'm like that perfect person laughing as I look at them.
When people give you cards, do you save them or do you toss them?
Depends. If it's an important like moment, like I saved all the ones for my graduation. I saved all the ones for my wedding. Certain ones I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a Seinfeld episode about that where someone gave Jerry a card and then I think it might have been Elaine and then she saw it in the trash. And she's like, what the heck? And he's like, what? I read it.
You're right. Like what
And
else
then-
am I supposed to do with it?
Right. I think there are some people just are not into saving things like that.
Yeah. They're not.
But-
Sometimes I if they're pretty cards, I'll take the picture and I'll frame it and I'll put in because sometimes they're real cute. And I think that-
Absolutely.
like certain brands have adorable cards where I'm like, oh, this is just good art. I got to keep this.
Yeah. Did you ever think about being like a greeting card designer? You'd be good at that.
No, I'm not really good at coming up with ideas like on the fly.
I can't believe that. You're so punny.
Well, you'd think, but like only in the moment. Like I have to be out. I can't just force it.
Wow.
It's
Well-
got to be authentic.
One thing you definitely are good at is listing on Poshmark. I saw you were listing a ton of
I
stuff.
sure am, and I sold it. So thank you to
my
Steve who
God.
bought the shirts that all had their tags on them still.
That is so fun.
Yeah,
Both
there's
Sarah and
more
I
stuff.
have Poshmark closets. I'm always listing new stuff. I just do a little bit at a time. Sarah's more of like all at once. Like she'll just put up a million things.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I got time. Poshmark, Poshmark, Poshmark.
Poshmark is such a great app that you can put on your phone. It's a website where you can buy and sell items from your closet, or if you're looking for a deal on something really cool. I got a vintage Jessica McClintock 1980s velvet dress
What?
for $16.
Damn. That's well
I'm
done.
so excited about
Well
it.
done. I can't wait to
Thank
see pictures
you.
of that.
I have to get it tailored because it's a little too small for my bosom, but,
Yeah, but for $16,
that's what I'm saying.
come on.
You have to sign up, you guys, and check out our closets because you can also get a deal if you use referral code I'm Sarah Rice, which is also the name of Sarah's closet. My closet is Susie Meister, but make sure you use that code I'm Sarah Rice and you'll get $5 off your first purchase. And if you're getting a dress like me, then make it only $11.
Oh my
That's a
gosh,
good deal.
that's such a good deal. Hello.
And you should get like your New Year's Eve dress on there, whatever
Yes.
you're going to wear.
Buy it for me. I have a silver mini dress up there. Go get it right now.
Do you? I didn't see that listing.
Yeah, it's kind of like space agey looking. It would be really cool at a New Year's party.
What are you wearing for New Year's?
Nothing, because Landon and I are staying home.
Whoa.
We're staying home Christmas, we stayed home Christmas, and we're staying home New Year's.
Really, Sarah? Not even dinner out?
Not even. We're having it in because we are like done.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's too much, man.
I am into this story.
Yeah, and we had plans, and we're like, you know what? No.
Whoa.
I don't want to buy a new outfit. I don't want to stress about anything. I just want to stay home. We want to eat our food with, that we want to eat with the people we want to hang out with, which just happens to be us.
Yeah, right. They all happen to live at the same address.
Right. So, and everybody else, we gotta just, whatever they call it. What's the expression I'm looking for? Recharge the batteries.
Nest? Oh, okay. Yeah.
At home with ourselves.
I am really into it, but I am surprised because you guys are movers and shakers.
Yeah, we're like moving and shaking without anybody else around this holiday season. So
That's
we're going on a
nice.
little vacation, just the two of us, like for a couple days up to Napa to relax. And then, well, Landon had work, so I'm going to relax.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. And then just the two of us. So what about you guys? You going to ring in the new year with some fireworks and sparklers?
We are going to go to our friends, Terry, one of the producers of our show. She lives nearby, and we're going to go over there for dinner. But we usually get back, by 10 or whatever, because Lincoln's tired. And he's all talk, by the way. Like, he acts like he wants to stay up late. So the other night, we went out with my friend Ryan, and I was like, we were supposed to meet at 6:30. So, we would be back by like 9 or 10 or whatever. And Lincoln was falling asleep at the table. I was so annoyed. It was like 8 p.m. I'm like, you are the worst, but it's only because we have such a strong routine.
Yes. It's so good that you have that.
But come on! What do they call that? Rally.
Rally, kid. Pull it together.
He was just so...
Just give him a little Red Bull. He'll be fine.
All right. But I think that we'll be back by 10. We'll be in our jammies. We'll get real cozy. We'll throw confetti all the time, make a mess.
Oh, that's fun.
You should throw confetti even though you're at home.
I think I will.
Although, will your dogs eat it or what?
No, they're fine. It's like, no. They'll only eat something that causes them trips to the emergency room. So confetti is probably fine.
Yeah, I love that. Make a big mess.
Yeah, I have those popper things. I got some of that stuff left over from last year. I got to bust that out. Thank you for reminding me, Suze.
Do you do rockin' New Year's Eve or whatever they call that? Dick Clark thing?
Not maybe I'll tune in for the last 5 minutes, the countdown and the big stuff. But
remember, was it last year that Mariah Carey totally bombed?
Oh,
or was it 2
she was
years
awful,
ago?
Right?
I love when she does that.
Oh my gosh, the clips online of Mariah Carey dancing but not dancing are my favorite thing to watch. When people make memes, I'm going to send this to you, Susie. Just get ready. Memes are made of her are I'm going to put Mariah Carey singing her Christmas concert effort into this. And when I show you how little effort she puts into it, it's mostly these strong men in sailor outfits carrying her around the stage and her snapping her fingers. And that's
God.
it. It's hilarious. It cracks me up. And people who know what I'm talking about are laughing so hard right now.
I guess she's never really been much of a dancer.
No, and she's not it's. I don't know.
It's fine. You can't be good at everything.
No. She's an icon.
And she's probably always wearing those Peg Bundy kitten heels. Yeah,
exactly. They're impossible to walk in.
Yeah, the mules. That's what they're called. Where there's no back. It's just the front part.
Oh, just got an alert. I just sold something on Poshmark. Thanks to whoever bought my dress.
Are you kidding me?
I lowered the price of it, and somebody just bought it.
Dang it. I feel like I'm in competition with you.
I lowered it to $9. I was like, $9 for this dress. You want it?
Do you have a seller stat, how much you've sold so far?
Oh, yeah. I should check
I want to compete with you.
Oh, my gosh. It probably is a lot.
What? Tell me. I want to know.
My sales.
I'm going to pull it up right now.
Stats. Me too. Okay.
Let's see. Hold on. This is terrible for a podcast, but I don't.
Okay.
What?
I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Maybe it's
Do you know
not
your total? Do you have it right now?
Yes.
Wait. Okay, I have mine. What's yours?
I have sold 84 items, valued at $1,351.
Oh my gosh, I'm gaining on you.
What do you have?
Well, I only sold 56 items, but I'm at 1,117.
Oh, we are so close.
I am determined to beat you.
And you're selling the quality goods. I'm selling must go.
You're working harder for your money.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. It's now it's a competition.
Yeah, you are real close to me.
I don't feel like you're getting competitive though. Why?
You don't feel like I am?
Yeah, you're just whatevs.
Oh no, in my head I'm absolutely thinking about things I need and how I was did I list them for enough? Man, she is my dollar per item too low? Cost per item?
Right.
Not for the buyers.
That's really funny. Yeah. I do have some bigger, higher end stuff. So then
you do. Yes,
get a little bit more for those ones. Yeah. Oh, you're too much for words. Okay, wait. What else do I need to cover before we go? I do want to thank everybody for another great year and for being Brain Candy Brainiacs. And I really think 2019 is going to be really fun on the show. I'm excited about.
We're going to be hitting episode 300 soon.
Yes, and that
seems
really
like a really big number. That's like Law and
does.
Order SVU episode number.
We should get one of those big cakes like they do on TV shows.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
we
like when they
should.
get one for the whole crew.
Yes. What that's like the only time a smash cake is acceptable in our world.
Right. And we'll do a photo shoot. We should.
Oh, that's real funny.
Oh my God. Okay, we'll cook something up. We have a few weeks till that happens,
do.
but it's still going to be a great year, and so get excited.
Well, I'm excited to start it with you, Suze.
Cheers. Happy New Year, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.